Всем привет, друзья! Мы продолжаем играть Final Fantasy XVI. В прошлой серии мы понабрали кучу заданий дополнительных в убежище. Сейчас будем все это выполнять. В убежище осталось поговорить с Арфократом и Гетцем.
Lawsman Harpocrates, I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind. It's about the book you lent Ivan.
Ah, Valisthea, A Culinary Pilgrimage, a classic. One of my favorites, in fact. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to sample more such marvels in due course.
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I might find skyworm livers and drake's mint.
Ah, so the fabled Sandbrequois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful. The descriptions of fried mortress never fail to make my mouth water. Now, skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern, their ground livers being the paste from which the mortress is made.
Dragon livers. How very Sandbrequois.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but apparently not. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very color of the sea beside which it resides.
So we know where to look for our liver. But what about the drake's mint?
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance, a herb which grows along the North Reach coast. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone, so I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding them. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life, in which regard fried mortress of skyworm is undoubtedly a typical dish of the time.
Meaning that if I find one, I find the other. To Northreach, then.
Best of luck, Clive. And do save me a bite once the dish is complete.
Приятный голос, кстати, у Арфократа. Не знаю, подмечал ли это раньше, но приятно его слушать. Так, с Гетцем мы разговариваем. Ну, кстати, задание какое-то быстрое получилось с Гетцем. Но я думаю, это еще не конец. Если помните, он сказал, что Харон типа торгует с разбойниками, и ему это не нравится. Ему страшно и все такое. В итоге он попросил Клайва с этим разобраться, поговорить с ней, и она сказала, что она не торгует с разбойниками теперь. То есть непонятно, что именно происходит.
I spoke with Lady Karen.
What did she say?
That the rumors were unfounded, and that I was a fool for thinking they might hold any truth, along with some other things that made her feelings clear. And while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted in her past, she says those days are behind her.
Oh, well, that's good. I knew Nan wasn't caught up in out bad. But why would people say she was? What did she ever do to them? It's not right.
No, it's not. But people do things for all sorts of reasons. Perhaps we'll never know.
Well, I'm going to find out. That trader, he said they were all talking about her in Dalimil. So that's where I'm going. I'll find someone who'll tell me, you'll see.
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading these rumors means Karen ill.
Oh, right. But that's why you'll be coming with me, isn't it, Clive?
I suppose it is.
Блин, ветер дует опять в микрофон, сука. Я пока ничего не могу с ним поделать. Поэтому окошко просто закрывается.
I'll find out who's been making up lies about poor Nan, and when I do, I don't know what I'll do, but it won't be pretty.
Round and round the city clock, the wyvern chased the eagle. The birdie stopped to catch his breath. Down came the eagle.
Так, ну, стоп. Надо еще сюда сходить, оказывается.
I heard the Emperor was in. do you reckon we should do?
I say we should just tell Miss Shirley.
You'll get us all straight. I'm telling you, I can fix them.
Sid!
Hard at your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not. Oh,
And just how long hasn't it been one?
We're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
just like Miss Middledore showed us.
Miss Middledore? Why would she have you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-neer.
Miss Middledore said, the best way to see how something works is to take it apart and put it back together again.
Well then, your work is already half done. Carry on.
About that.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then...
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we?
Я буду собирать сейчас их?
All right. Everything here was once part of Miss Midderdoll's scales. Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces. The body. Its role is to support everything else. But what of the others?
О какой части поговорить? Ну, он начал про основу говорить. Основа это у нас что? В весах. Чаши? Блять.
These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchens to fry bangers.
But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. They're for weighing stuff.
Хорош. Вот так вот его, блядь.
What if I wanted to weigh Goots? I don't think he'd fit on that little thing.
Probably not.
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in turn. This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing!
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one day?
I'll think about it. Now, what do arms do?
Hold things. So wait, maybe this arm holds things too?
Good thinking. You're on the right track. This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Middledor's dungeon is full of them. Most are on the floor.
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round and round and round and...
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate it.
It's not my fault. You should have tried weighing it before lunch.
You know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move. So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick the cogwheel to that.
Not a bad idea. You see? It's not so difficult. So, now that we've taken stock of the parts and learned what they do, what do you think?
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. all the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo. And then the arms hold the pants by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. Ah, all finished.
Yes, we did it.
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Middledor's hairs.
Her hairs?
Yeah, hairs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
With a little more help from Miss Middledor and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that? It won't be long.
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirley.
Ой. Ой, долгий квест, конечно, был.
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
Ай, блядь. Концовка просто шикарная квеста. Твою мать, обратно в библиотеку.
The girls here can have Otto and Gav and Gareth and Cole and all the rest. My heart beats for another. Now, if only Lady Taya would let me into the infirmary to see him.
Серьезно? Он же гей. Стоп, лазарет в этой стороне. Одну минуточку. Здрасте.
I'm getting too old for this.
Или она про этого мужика?
I can hardly lift my arms. The curse, it's...
You just need some rest. I'll stay here with you. Oh, if you'd like, that is.
Но я думаю, она про принца. Но ее ждет очень печальная новость. Так, это уже читал.
Do you like being struck by thunderbolts from on high? Don't let anything happen to Mid. Yeah? We sent curse breakers to Martha's Rest.
Кстати, самое смешное, что я когда закончил прошлую серию и нажал на карту, я понял, что я не могу никуда, блядь, отправиться, кроме сюжетки. Это очень странно, потому что, ну, дополнительных заданий куча.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be...
Well, did you solve the mystery?
It was as you thought. The children had the scales, or the parts of them at least. They dismantled them to see how they worked.
Oh, no, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully she won't. This might even have been her idea. Although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I know how busy you are. I shall see that the children are properly punished.
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them under her wing. She's even calling them her heirs. She'd have them follow in her footsteps. And her father's.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway of late?
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva. Is that not true?
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board, they asked her to oversee the design of several new war engines. To anyone else it would be an opportunity, But to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was a bitter pill. One she was none too keen to swallow. But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope. The very last thing war can be said to do.
Which explains her heirs. She's working to give them a better life. And so should I. What's the odd engineering lesson?
You've given them far more than that. And I'm sure they're very grateful.
Блин, мне кажется, или голос этого персонажа, этой девушки, это голос Амицы из Plague Tale Innocence и Plague Tale Requiem, соответственно.
If Mid is teaching my pupils her secrets, I suppose I should brush up on some of them myself.
Но это уже надо искать по актрисе. Так, ну получается все, здесь мы уже все выполнили точно. Придется сначала отправляться на сюжетные задания, локацию. И когда станет доступно дополнительные задания, отправимся на них. Тут мы с Джилл и Джошуа должны быть, правильно? Сейчас. Центральная Дальмекия. Нежится. Ключ скрытности.
It's like a dream. The four of us out walking like we used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be in danger as we speak.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yote is a fine scout. If Canville was attacked, she will already have begun gathering information.
Тэйбер isn't far. We should pick up the pace.
Я тут давно хотел пройти, кстати.
We can use the ruins to cross the ravine.
Assuming they would allow it, the echoes have a will of their own.
Ты этого убил. Будут снаряды, не? Ясно. Неплохо так Джошуа раскладывает врагов.
Tell us about Yote, Joshua.
She's strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a blade. Much like Clive, but with better manners.
Да чё она-то далеко улетела, не пойму. Еще задание, ебать.
You're injured. What happened here? Where are your comrades?
Ether flood up ahead. It swallowed our camp while we slept. My own men did this. Turned every last one of them. There's a village not far from here. Тэйбer. The people were kind to us. It's only a matter of time before they won't stand a chance. We can't let those monsters reach the...
Я понял.
I'll go. You catch your breath.
Thank you. Our encampment is up ahead. Just off the track. They must not reach Тэйбер. Forgive me, Lord Cougar.
Rest well, soldier.
Блять, вот если бы учитывались компаньоны, которые с тобой ходят, с Клайвом, спокойно можно было бы просить того же Джошуа, типа, о, может, ты его подлечишь там, не?
You said the encampment was close. Let's hope the Akashic is still there.
Надо было делать все как в God of War, чтобы обсуждение было насчет каждого квеста вообще, буквально.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
Блять, пропустил. Фига он там бежит. Может, когда меня атакуют, нужно нажимать на это? Нет, нихуя. Значит, реально только снаряды. Непонятно, куда он прыгнул, ну ладно.
over.
Is someone there? Please, I can't move my leg.
That doesn't sound like an Akashic. You're with the battalion?
I heard the fighting. Are the others?
Taken care of. One of your brothers in arms told me what happened and asked for help.
Another survivor? Where is he? Tell me.
His wounds were too deep.
He was right to send you. Those things you slew are no longer my brothers. Тэйбер is safe thanks to you. Here, you've earned it. You seem familiar. Have we met?
You must have me confused with someone else.
Wait. That scar. Son of a whore.
You're Sid.
Ты чё,
I was
ебанутый?
there in Cosness when you killed my brothers. I was there in Rosalith when you killed my commander.
My war with Hugo Kupka is over. I bear no ill will toward those who followed him.
And what of my ill will? Coward!
Дурачок!
Throw your steel.
Я только что перерубил лагерь Акаш. Какой
Shall be
меч?
avenged.
Ой, блядь. Он едва держится на ногах.
When your wounds have healed and your head has cooled, come and find me if you must. Though I hazard your life would be better spent in service of those who need it. Or have you forgotten your oath to the Republic?
My oath? What would you know of oaths?
I know how hard they are to keep. Which is why I'm giving you the chance to keep yours.
No. I won't be deceived. Lord Kupka told us of your crimes. You are an outlaw. A murderer, not some
Man. Like you or anyone else.
I am nothing like you. But if you're not gonna kill me, then go. Leave! Just know that I will find you, Sid.
О,
Someday.
не, ну убивать его явно лишнее.
You will regret not killing me.
Да, господи, блядь. Чел, ты даже никакой силы не обладаешь, ты просто обычный солдат. Что за хуйня? Ну, Клайв, даже если не будет использовать силы никакие, то тоже, ну, никак не выиграть.
We're nearly there.
Have you been to Тэйбер before?
There are a few places I haven't.
Welcome, travelers. We don't get many visitors here in Тэйбер.
Where now, Joshua?
There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us within.
Ух ты. Огромный обелиск. Мне кажется, больше, чем остальные.
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor.
А чё он так настроен
I am
против неё?
Yote, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
И чё он сразу не зашел?
It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
The Undying are loyal servants to the ducal throne. Or more specifically, to its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yote has been my constant companion and protector. Without her sword, I would not have survived my journey across the realm.
Она любит его, наверное.
Lady Yote. You saved my brother. I owe you a debt I can never repay.
I but did my duty.
Он сказал, что он должен ей до смерти.
Tell us what you've discovered.
И никогда не отплатит ей этот долг.
Your Grace.
Что бы ни сделал.
It is as you feared. The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night of her fall. It was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt.
The Black Galleon.
Joshua, the Einherjar is the Royalists' flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima, and bid Yote and the Undying look into the matter.
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon weighed anchor shortly after the fighting began, and set a course due south.
For Canva. Then it is Waloed knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them, yes. And the Black Galleon sails at but one man's behest. Barnabas Tharm.
Почему я увидел сходство между Варнавой и отцом Джошуа и Клайва?
But are we truly safe here in the Agora?
The city guard have been paid, if that's what you're implying.
All the more reason for them to run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame, blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm teeters on the brink of chaos, and all you can think about is commerce.
Forgive us. We were not aware Dhalmekia now subsisted on charity.
How dare you?
Distinguished members of the council, you must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
Мне больше интересен Харпорт.
What is the meaning of this?
A trifle crowded, but I fear it will have to serve, my liege.
Very well.
My colleagues, do you not see?
The king! He has come to save us from the Akashic! He is a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools. Your ignorance unbecomes you.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Walud. Ha! So you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them, and see our guests to the dungeons!
Enough.
О чем, блядь, думали? Непонятно.
Pathetic creatures. That you should imagine yourselves worthy of salvation. The girl is still here, somewhere in the city, her consciousness fair dripping with her late father's hubris. A consciousness to which Mythos is inextricably bound and inexorably drawn. See that he is made welcome.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Come, Mythos. Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you.
So then, how long has Walud been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
The tapestry. Show them.
Я помню этот знак.
Phoenix Gate, Drake's Breath, and now here. But what is it?
It is old, ancient even. Naught remains of the faith it represents, save what can be gleaned from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apothecary meant, even the Undying. But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose. That figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons congregate, that I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike, his very existence beyond our ken. The icons, and by extension their dominance, are meant to be his subjects, and while some, like Barnabas, have accepted this role, others have rejected it, like you, Clive, which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all. And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No, I don't suppose they do.
Clive, may I tell Yote of the lake?
By all means.
Yote, I will be accompanying my brother to the Free Cities. Whilst we are afield, I would have you watch over those Clive has made his wards. Omielos delan tuisag ilith. Though well concealed, the hideaway lacks trained fighters to defend its occupants should they be discovered.
But it is my duty to...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
If If that is your wish.
Блять, я очень надеюсь, что Йота — это хороший персонаж.
Be safe. If aught were to befall you, I...
You have my word.
Да какой лоб, она явно не этого ожидала. Ты посмотри на бедняжку.
Farewell, my lord, my lady.
We are in your debt, Yose.
Йота окажется какой-нибудь очередным воплощением Ультимы. Но это будет вообще убожество какое-то, а не поворот сюжетный.
Let's find our friends.
А когда я смогу выглянуть за границы сюжета? Понапихали мне дополнительных заданий.
It's plain she cares for you very deeply.
And I her, which is why I had to let her go.
Прекрасно. Прекрасно. Мне было сказано, что я могу брать только 5 заданий одновременно, да? Сейчас активно 3. То есть взять эти 2 я могу спокойно. Так, хорошо.
Opportunity beckons. Who among you is bold enough to heed her call? Is that blade for hire, perchance? Because I have a mind to make a killing.
Figuratively, I hope.
Well, yes and no. A passing caravan carried with it a rumor most fortuitous for one in my trade, that an elder Dread Evis had been sighted in the fields of Carava. Dread Evis are aggressive beasts. Compelled as they are to acts of violence, few survive to maturity, but those that do develop a hide of phenomenal value.
A hide you want to sell?
Eventually, yes. Though I would have it tanned first that it might be crafted into marvels the likes of which the world has never seen. Dread Evis skin is a rare thing indeed. But the worked hide of a well-aged beast... Now, that would fetch such coin that Gilbert himself might weep with envy. Bring me that beast's skin, and I will share with you the bounty of our combined labors.
Хорошо.
All right. I'll hunt your Evis.
Of course you will. When one lives in such troubled times, it is a fool to let opportunity slip his grasp. Leave Tabor through the east gate, but take the path that branches west. Once you reach the checkpoint at Tovany, you are a mere stone's throw from the fields of Carava. I eagerly await your safe, and above all, triumphant return. A fortune in skin and scale awaits any man with a will to claim it for his own.
Careful how you pack that letter.
You there, the strapping lad with the sword. Finally, no one was paying me the slightest heed.
Is something wrong?
At the university, the students would hang on my every word. Sadly, this far from home, I'm just a vagrant greybeard.
The university? You're a scholar.
A specialist in ancient cultures, the most accomplished in all Valisthea, some have said. Not that I look the part in these tattered rags. In my heyday, no obstacle could have kept me from my studies. Yet here I am, a wizened windbag, bested by the many steps of Tabor.
The answers I seek lying just beyond my enfeebled reach. Would you do an old man the kindness and brave the stairs in my stead? You'll be amply rewarded, of course.
Давай.
Climb the stairs and
memorize a few inscriptions for me, assuming you know your letters, that is. Some courteous soul is rumored to have carved clues to Тэйбер's rich history into stones dotted about the village. 3 of them, to be precise. 1 each to the north, south, and east. I'm here in the hope that those carvings might shed light on a riddle I've been pondering for some time. Namely, the otherwise undocumented origins of Тэйber's unique people. People quite unlike those of neighboring lands.
I can't promise I'll remember everything perfectly.
Remember what you can. I'll piece together the rest. Make for the domed pavilions, and you'll have no trouble finding the stones.
Ну, кстати, я немножечко ошибся насчет Амицы. Она не озвучивает ту женщину, о которой я говорил. Final Fantasy 16. Но она реально озвучивает здесь кое-кого. И вы не поверите, кого. Не взрослую Джилл, а именно юную. В принципе, у нее ролей озвучек мало. Ну ладно.
How are those new boots treating you?
Стражи Кристалла, соль Тэйбера. Храните чистую кровь, пока прародители не бросят труды.
No history would be complete without mention of the mother crystals.
Not a scratch on them. Have you noticed the elder has been coughing less?
Скитальцы золотых равнин, пустите корни в камнях и в честь великого прошлого постройте здесь дом.
What golden plains might the wanderers have called home, I wonder?
Stop! Mummy needs a pottage for it.
Perhaps you'll invite me around to try it next time. These inquiries be hard to find.
Дети охотников, которых ныне кормит земля, берите ее дары и славьте милость.
Farmers must have settled here in Тэйбер. I should speak to the old scholar before I forget everything I've read. The engravings were in good repair considering their age.
Oh, would that I could have seen for myself. Oh, come, don't tease me now. What did you learn of this place and its people? Let's start with the engraving to the south, shall we?
На южном... Блядь, ты про кой из? Ой.
Guardians of the Crystal, the first stones of Тэйбер, sacred hold thy noble blood, till ends the mother's labor. I'm pretty sure that was it.
Fascinating. It would seem the founders of this city were descendants of those fallen charged with protecting the mother crystals. But whatever could have driven the Guardians so far from their sacred charges, I wonder? The engraving to the north is next, I think.
Wanderers of the Golden Plains, lay your roots in stone. With pride recall thy noble past, and make these rocks a home. Or, I think that was it, at least.
No doubt you're right. There are vestiges of nomadic customs in Тэйбер its guardian roots could never account for. This is proving most enlightening. Now, for the final stone.
Children of the Hunters, now sworn to serve the sun.
Sun worship? That cannot possibly.
Бля, забыл.
I could have sworn it was something like that. Children of the Hunters, now tillers of the land.
А, ныне кормит земля. Фу, я подумал... Ой, блядь. Типа они закопаны.
So, we add primitive farmers to Тэйber's founding peoples, the final piece of the puzzle. 3 engravings, one for each of the 3 peoples to have settled Тэйber in ancient times. Guardians of the Mother Crystal, wanderers from across the plains, and last but certainly not least, hunters turned farmers. Little wonder it was so difficult to trace the roots of Тэйber's culture. Those roots reach down through 3 distinct traditions. Nonetheless, one cannot help but wonder why this fact is not better known among scholars, given that the stones stand here for all to see.
Too many stairs, perhaps.
Ha! Too many by far. Here, and thank you.
Да не за что.
For years, I have pondered the mysteries of Тэйber's founding. Would that I had made the journey as a younger man, when stairs held none of their terror.
Так, ладно, на прощание посмотрю, что там со способностями. Все способности, которыми я сейчас управляю. Они все прокачаны, правильно? Вроде да. Пусть я разлится подольше.
How are those new boots treating you?
Так, ну все, в следующей серии мы явно отправимся на дополнительные задания. Причем буду выполнять их вообще все, что можно. А потом вернемся к сюжету основному. Радует то, что мы ходим теперь компашкой вместе с Джошуа. Это прикольно. Вот. Так, ладно, всем спасибо за просмотр. Ставьте лайки, подписывайтесь. А главное, комментируйте, чтобы я мог с вами общаться. До скорых встреч.